Let's cut through the noise. The real issue in AI and automation isn't about adopting the latest tool or chasing the newest trend. It's about context engineering. This is the hidden skill that separates the AI winners from the tool collectors. If you're feeling exhausted, it's probably because you're carrying in your head what should live inside systems. You're not alone. Many operators are drowning in a sea of tools that promise the world but fail to deliver when it matters most. Let's start by reframing the issue. Automation isn't about convenience, it's about leverage. It's about creating systems that do the heavy lifting, not just adding another tool to your tech stack. When we talk about context engineering, we're talking about designing systems that understand and adapt to the nuances of your business. This isn't just a technical challenge, it's an operational necessity. Consider this. How often have you seen an automation project fail because it didn't account for the real world complexities of your business? Maybe it worked great in a demo, but once deployed, it needed constant babysitting. That's not automation, that's a liability. The problem isn't the technology, it's how we integrate it into our operations. The tool is only as good as the system it supports. Let's dismantle some common misconceptions. First, more tools don't equal better outcomes. In fact, they often compound the problem by adding layers of complexity that obscure the real issues. Second, automation isn't a set it and forget it solution. It requires ongoing calibration and context awareness to remain effective. Third, the real value of AI isn't in its ability to replace humans, but to augment them, freeing up mental bandwidth for strategic thinking. Now, let's talk about where things usually go wrong. Operators often misdiagnose the problem as a lack of features when it's really a lack of integration. They focus on what the tool can do in isolation rather than how it fits into the broader system. This is where context engineering comes into play. It's about understanding the dependencies and failure modes within your workflow. It's about designing systems that anticipate and adapt to change, not just react to it. Here's a real world example. Imagine a sales team using a CRM system that automates lead scoring. On paper, it sounds perfect. But if the system doesn't account for the nuances of your sales cycle or adapt to changes in market conditions, it becomes a bottleneck rather than a boon. The solution isn't to scrap the system, but to re engineer it with context in mind. It's about making sure the system evolves with your business, not against it. The strategic conclusion here is clear. Context engineering is not optional. It's the backbone of effective automation and AI integration. Without it, you're left with fragile systems that crumble under pressure. So, what's the decisive action you can take today? Start by auditing your current systems. Identify where context is missing and where integration is failing. Then redesign with a focus on leverage, not just convenience. This isn't just about making your life easier, it's about building a business that can scale sustainably.